As I was saying, I'm not sure if this is going to come out at all, but yeah, oh yeah, looks like it will. As I was saying, the preacher who the narrator turns to is now sweeping the road, so it just goes to show where they believe religion is in the greater scheme of things, right at the very bottom, lower than the snake's belly, you might say. Anyway, the patients have to cook for themselves in district hospitals, we find out. And when he does find the preacher, who is no longer sweeping roads because he's got cancer, he's actually in the hospital. And his sons are trying to make him say something that suggests that he's not reactionary after all, because that's what he's been accused of being. And they're trying to get him to say one of Chairman Mao's phrases, and they've got a recorder which started turning with a crunching sound like boots treading on broken glass. So there you can see the view of the author towards communism and all it stands for. The ex-preacher speaks in Latin, so it's probably a prayer, his last words, and the narrator helps finally finds the doctor, the gynecologist he feels can help with the pregnancy of the little seamstress, and helps him with an injured man. And the narrator actually lies and says that the little seamstress is his sister after telling the doctor his name. And the doctor actually knows his parents, so he calls him a liar because he knows he hasn't got a sister. But before the narrator actually gives up, he offers the Balzac book in exchange for help. So the doctor reads the narrator's sheepskin jacket and then actually performs the abortion, and he tells him it was a girl, and in the end the narrator is generous and decides to give the doctor 2 books for getting him and the little not him, but the little seamstress out of a hole. Anyway, then they visit the ex-preacher's grave, the little seamstress, and the narrator, and of course that visiting the grave is something she's done previously, so there's a bit of repetition there, and she really credits the preacher for making all of this happen, and then they pledge that she pledges she will manage to make a more fitting monument for the preacher, a crown of thorns plus a broom. And then chapter 19, it becomes very self-conscious. He says, that's the story, now for the ending. It's a winter's night, 3 months since the abortion and Luo's return, and they burn the books. Some refuse to burn, and like Madame Bovary's love scene, that ends up being a little bit significant. You'll find out soon why. They're both drunk. The narrator's playing the violin. So a real crescendo of things going on here. The miller is sick with the flu, we find out, and the little seamstress has left to become a city girl, just like Madame Bovary, and she's made herself a brassiere, which symbolises, of course, her sexuality. Then Luo finds the little seamstress at the same place where the narrator met Four Eyes' mother, and like before, the narrator cooks sweet potatoes, and as the little seamstress strides away, the narrator offers them to her, but she runs off. So all she learnt from Balzac, it seems, is a woman's beauty is a treasure beyond price. So is the message here that knowledge fed to somebody who's ignorant can be a dangerous thing? Who knows? But another interesting thing was the use of auto de fe, the burning of the books. That's the phrase used in this book, in this translation. And of course, auto de fe was a Spanish Inquisition term used for burning heretics at the stake, or certainly putting them through the trial that often led to them being burnt. So overall, I'd have to say it's a really good read. I managed to read this book in pretty much a day. It was a great read and didn't want to put it down. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I did.